it's Lindsay Demani, and I'm here today to talk about comprehensive distance learning, also known as CDL. As teachers, this fall may seem pretty daunting, but I want to encourage you that we have some pretty cool technology at our hands that we'll be able to use. Personally, I've been thinking about 3 things specifically to help guide my mindset going into fall, and those 3 things are clarity, collaboration, and creativity. These 3 C's are how I plan to approach CDL, and I hope they also pose a benefit to you. So the first C stands for clarity. It's hugely important both for staff, students, and families to have a clear sense of what's going on in our classrooms. It's easy to get lost in an online environment, so it's our job to make things clear. First C, clarity, is hugely important for both teachers, students, staff, and families. Without a clear platform for the class or clear vision for your class, students are going to get lost. Now, this platform is probably brand new to most of us, and therefore it's probably brand new to our students as well. This furthers the importance of us having extreme clarity in the way we organize our class. In order to effectively organize your classroom, I think it's best to go into Canvas's modules. Once you go into their module feature, you're going to click the blue plus module and type in whatever topic you want. Once you click add module, it's going to give you an option to drop any files you have accessible on your computer. They'll show up when you click the plus button right under the group name that you gave them. My favorite feature on Canvas is probably the speed grader feature. When you're adding a comment to a student's discussion, quiz, or assignment, you're able to type in a comment, but I found that takes a lot of time. So I found a faster way is to use the audio speech to text tool. All you have to do is click the record button, and as you're talking, it's going to go ahead and transcribe what you're saying. From here, I just have to submit my comment, and then I can move on to the next student. It's a pretty handy tool, and I think it'll save us a lot of time and energy while also supporting those struggling students who might need to hear our voice. And one of the last things about clarity is to reach out to families. Give them an idea of what you're doing that week, informative and summative assessments that their student might encounter throughout the week. Also, if students start falling behind, reach out to them very quickly so that they know what's going on. It's really hard for parents to understand how this online distance learning works, and we are there to help facilitate those important conversations that help them along. All right, we're moving on to our second C, which is collaboration. There's 2 types of collaboration that I've been thinking about, and that's teacher collaboration and student collaboration. In terms of teacher collaboration, use your PLCs. These are people who are experiencing the exact same thing as you. You need to lean on each other and use each other's resources. Also, I found social media groups such as Facebook and Twitter groups specifically designed for my classes that has been extremely beneficial in finding lesson materials. Some of these online platforms actually have shared Google Drives where you can go through entire lists of topics. Within these topics are tons of lessons that you can just pick and choose from. Right now, with all that's going on and all of the planning that we're prepping to do, if we can make this job easier for ourselves by sharing resources with other people across the nation, why wouldn't we? In terms of student collaboration, it's pretty hard to have genuine discourse over an online format, but there are some things we can do to help promote students talking and learning with one another. The first thing I'm thinking of is to have small groups collaborate on Google Docs, Sheets, or Slides. They're able to collectively work together, and you as a teacher are able to see how they participate via the history of that document. Also, if you choose to use Zoom in your classroom, there's a feature you as the administrator of that Zoom call are able to do, and that is to send students into small breakout rooms where they can discuss ideas. When they're in these small groups, talking about whatever prompt you give them, you're able to move yourself into all the different small groups in order to see what everyone's talking about. This is as close as I've found we can get to actually having small group discourse. And last but not least is the third C, creativity. We have the incredible opportunity to use resources like we never have in our classroom. There's so many great pieces of technology out there that can help us right now, and here are just a few that I personally will use in my classroom. The first one is called S'more. So S'more is a website where you can create interactive adorable newsletters. You can even write your syllabus on this. You can change the font of what you're writing, you can change the background colors, the actual background itself, anything you want in order to make this you. You can also add pictures on it. I envision this as students creating models of phenomena you're talking about in class. Maybe they're doing a character analysis in a creative way. Maybe they're doing a biography on a historical person, or maybe they're showing a math concept in a creative form. Pear Deck is a great interactive PowerPoint if you're trying to teach concepts but also formatively check whether students are tracking with what you're doing. The way we can do this from a distance is via internet conferencing. So maybe you like GoToMeetings, or maybe you like Zoom. Either way, you're going to start this meeting with your students and they're going to join into your video conference. From here, you're going to share your screen and give students access to the Pear Deck code. And from here, you'll be able to actually see them joining online from home. It's not the same as in the classroom, but students are able to actively participate in your teaching from home and to show you real-time formative checks. And lastly is Edpuzzle. If you want to use videos that are already made on YouTube, for example, you're able to add questions embedded into these videos and see how your students respond. All in all, these are just a couple of the resources at our fingertips when we are looking at CDL. Regardless of what you choose to do in your class, I'd encourage you to keep in mind clarity, collaboration, and creativity. It's really important to make your students understand what your vision and your goals for the class are, that they are to be actively participating and investing in your classroom culture, and that they can have a little bit of fun right now too. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great fall trimester.